Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, Reading Ideas. So this is the series On This Day in History, and today is the 10th of December. 10th of December, year's going quick. So what happened on this day? In 1394, King James I of Scotland is born. He reigns from 1406 to 1437. He was murdered in Perth, Scotland in February 1437. In 1520, the Protestant Reformation. Martin Luther publicly burns Pope Leo X's papal bull Exsurge Domini, which demanded that Luther recant his writings. In 1541, Thomas Culpeper and Francis Dereham are executed after having affairs with Queen Catherine Howard, wife of Henry VIII. In 1648, De Motu Corporum in Gurum, on the motion of bodies in orbit by Isaac Newton, is read to the Royal Society by Edmund Halley. On the motion of bodies. In 1799, the metric system is adopted in France. 1831, Spirit of the Times sports journal begins publishing in New York City. 1845, Robert Thomson, Scottish civil engineer, patents pneumatic tyres, all the way back in 1845. In 1868, Whitaker's Almanac reference book is published for the first time. Again in 1868, the first traffic lights are installed outside the Palace of Westminster, London. They used semaphore arms like a railway signal and red and green gas lamps. 1884, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain is first published in the UK and Canada. A printing error delays US publication. In 1901, the first Nobel Peace Prizes are awarded to Red Cross co-founder Henry Dunant and peace activist Frederick Passy. 1907, Rudyard Kipling is awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. 1917, Buy British War Bonds Now is printed on envelopes. 1919, the Smith brothers, Captain Ross Smith and Lieutenant Keith Smith of Australia, become the first to fly from Britain to Australia. 1936, Edward VIII abdicates, giving up the throne to marry US divorcee Wallis Simpson. 1941, Royal Navy's ships HMS Prince of Wales and HMS Repulse are sunk by Imperial Japanese Navy torpedo bombers near Malaya. 1962, the film Lawrence of Arabia, directed by David Lean, premieres. What cinematography in that. 1964, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. receives the Nobel Peace Prize in Oslo, Norway. 1979, 20-year-old Eddie Kidd, stuntman, jumps his motorcycle 80 feet across the viaduct Malden, Essex, a potential fall of 50 feet. 1987, 2 prisoners escape by helicopter from Gare Tree Maximum Security Prison. 1991, 12 European Community nations sign the Maastricht Treaty, pledging closer political and economic union. 2001, Prime Minister Tony Blair backs Home Secretary David Blunkett's call for ethnic minorities to make more effort to integrate into a British identity. 2003, the Court of Appeal quashes the conviction of Angela Cannings, jailed for murdering her 2 children. She always claimed the 2 boys died of sudden infant death syndrome, or cot death. That's what happened on this day in history, the 10th of December. Happy reading, everybody. Bye for now.